way down upon Chattooga River, far, far away. That's where my heart is yearning ever. That's where the brown trout play.
Here's an email that my other friend, his name was Doug Adams. And I want to read you an email that he sent to me on 3/17/05, just beginning. In March, you know, the flies begin to come off. Listen to his email. We had snow Tuesday morning from 8 a.m. until about 10 a.m. Talking about fishing now. It's snowing. You don't want to go fishing when it's snowing. What's the best 2 times to go?
When it's raining and when it's
And when it's not. Or when it's snowing, when it's not. As it warmed up after lunch to 44 degrees Fahrenheit, I decided to go to the river. Stepped into the water at 2:15. Water temperature was 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh. Hope you had waders on. And trout were rising. How many knows what it means for the trout? Trout rising, what does that mean? It means they're feeding. The trout are looking for those little bugs that we talk about. The biologists call them macroinvertebrates, part of the food chain. These things were swimming to the top of the water, folding their little wings back, and the trout were feeding on them. Trout were rising. I had a number 16 deer hair caddis with 30 inches of dropper to a number 16 Prince nymph. Oh, let's stop right there. This is choice information you're getting here. I've just told you what 2 of the good flies are. You must swear to secrecy. You don't share this with anybody, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't believe you're going to keep that. A lot of times you'll be catching fish and your friend over there says, "What are you using?" I don't believe I said. Did I say what I was using? I don't think I did. So it's kind of a fun thing to do if you're catching fish and the other guy's not. There's a lot of stories like that. Had a number 16 deer hair caddis with 30 inches of dropper to a number 16 Prince nymph. The first cast, I landed a 14-inch brown trout on the caddis. The 6th trout was a 21-inch brown trout on the caddis. Woo-hoo, he says. At 4:15, I landed my 18th trout, a 13-inch rainbow trout on the caddis. With that, I quit to go to the Rabun Trout Unlimited meeting. It was 56 degrees Fahrenheit at 5 p.m. Now, you know, you can't get along with just everybody, but you try to get along with everybody. But don't you agree with me that there's something wrong with this man? He's catching fish like that, and he leaves the river to go to a meeting? What's wrong with him? You know, some people, they leave every morning and go to a job and work all day long when they could be fishing. Well, you got to do that kind of, don't you?
Can't buy more flies with that money.
Unless you're a guide on the river. Now, wouldn't that be a good job to have?
Very.
Be a guide and actually get paid for fishing? I know some people that do that. He says, I fished exactly 2 hours, landed 18 trout, 2 brown trout, 16 rainbow trout, casting to rises the entire time. Now that is a good fishing trip. Covered only about 200 yards, about 12 or 13 on the dry fly. Twice I had on doubles, but landed only 1 each time. I've caught a lot of doubles in my life. Cheap, put 2 flies on. Had about 6 or 8 raised-ems. Who knows what a raised-em is? A raised-em means your fly's coming down and the fish comes up and looks at it, but he didn't take it. That's a raised-em. I had 4 or 5 burned-ems. They got the fly and you had him, but he came off. An uncapped 5. Got it right to the net and it came off. So he had a lot of action that day. But here's his comment. He says retirement is good. He had retired at that time. And he says this, and I do believe that spring is almost here. Embracing life and living it to the fullest, embracing the sport of fishing. If you're going to do it with all your heart and to the fullest and enjoy yourself. Even on a rainy day, you can.
Yeah, way down upon Chattooga River, far, far away. That's where my heart is yearning ever. That's where the brown trout play. Yes, that's where the brown trout play.